Am I on? Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I am so pleased to be here. I am hoping this is all working correctly. I am back after 8 months of being away from YouTube and Facebook live streaming. So I'm really happy to be back. I have been away. And so I just recently, in fact, this past weekend, moved to Southern California. Spirit wants me to finally anchor and really am preparing me for some important messages for all of you and some important messages. And so thus I am here. So these past 2 days I have spent in deep ceremony with some plant medicines, and thus they have helped clear the way for me to bring this inspired message to you today. So there's a few things that Spirit wants me to share with you. And so one of the things was during the ceremony, they implanted something in my right ear, and it's designed to help me focus. That's part of why I'm getting anchored here in this new permanent location. For those of you who haven't been following me, I've been traveling in my van since the pandemic started. And so now I've been traveling mostly through Northern and Southern California. I've also been doing some traveling abroad. Earlier this year, I spent 4 months with my mentor, Christoph Melchizedek, in Egypt and throughout the Netherlands. And we were on a very big mission. I did a deep dive with him also personally. And so now Spirit has directed me here with this new anchoring. So I'm out of my van. I'm pleased to be here. And so the message that is this coming through today is that Spirit has implanted this device to help me focus, and really bring forth all the messages that are coming through. I don't have a script. I am just being called as Spirit is guiding me, as I always have been. I'm always listening. And it's quite interesting that last night I spent probably 8 hours, 9 hours sleeping, and then an additional, 7 hours, total of about 15 hours of getting rest and replenishing after these ceremonies, after 2 nights of ceremonies. And was awoken this morning at 7:30 with a fire alarm in this whole building. And so Spirit's not messing around. They want me to get started and get going. So here I am bringing this message to you. So part of what's been really important, and I am going to do a clearing. I realize that the majority of you are going to be listening to this as a recording. However, the recordings are 95% as potent, effective as having done it live. So it still will be very, very important clearing for you that you'll benefit greatly from. And so part of the message that came through really loud and clear last night was how important it is for us to focus deeply on everything that we are creating with our every thought and our every word, and how powerful these are. Everything on the planet right now is helping us to, or intending for us to be distracted, to pull us out of our core, out of our focus, out of our light, so that we are in this continued disconnect from source, from pure source, not being able to hear the messages that are coming through. And the more that we are, and they know that the more that we are able to focus on our deep intentions, our clear intentions, and our words, that we can create anything we desire. So this is why it's super important to not be distracted by any of the news. All of those are psyops to try and keep you distracted and pulled off center, pulled out of your core. And so I don't pay attention to any of the wars that are going on, any of like Cancer Awareness Day. I don't want to be aware of cancer. I want to be aware of good health. And so now my focus, it has now been moving away from helping people access their ultimate power. That's still an underlying focus and intention. But now I'm focused more on being a longevity mentor, helping us to embody as much light as possible in our bodies. The more light that we hold, the higher this light frequency that we can embody, the more information that we hold, and the faster and quicker we are going to we are making this ascension happen. So the more of us that are focused in that direction, the faster this ascension is going to happen. So our focus is not on eliminating wars. Our focus is not on eliminating disease or child trafficking or any of these darker energies. Those will always exist in the third dimension, in this 3D world that lives in this deep, dark energy. But those of us who are focused on this timeline of the light and bringing more and more of that light frequency in, we are on this other timeline. So there is this bifurcation of timelines that is happening right now. And those who are meant to stay in this darker, lower vibrating frequency in this third dimension will be going in that direction. And it can be very disheartening to see those of our maybe friends and family, maybe people that we were deeply connected to, or so we thought. And then we're seeing them on this other timeline. It can be very disturbing. It can be very sad. And we can't allow that to distract us from our path of ascension on this timeline of being in this light and on that path. Doesn't make us any better. We're just on a different path. And so we might have to say goodbye to friends or to things that we thought we were supposed to be doing, but now we're moving in this other direction. And for those of you who are on that darker path, that's not a judgment. There is just two paths, and we need to choose. And we're having to choose, if we haven't already, the decision is going to need to be made more clearly defined. And so the other part of this message, that when Spirit implanted this device in my right ear, was not only to focus, but the reason that we need to focus is because things are going to be happening much faster now, much faster. And so we really need to make a clear decision on which direction we're going. And so my focus here is to help those who are on the ascension timeline, helping us stay on this path, helping us stay in our lightest and brightest frequency. And so there's been some new ways of running our energy. This has been my signature process of helping people to stay in the highest light frequencies. And so I'm going to be walking you through this process again today as a reminder of how you can stay in this highest frequency. And before I do that, I just wanted to share a couple things. So one, let me see if I have some things here to share with you. So this link here, this link is going to have all the information whenever I refer to anything, like if I refer to my book is available in this link, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. that outlines the whole system I'm about to walk you through. So this is the signature process I use with all of my clients around the world. I work with clients all over the planet. And so in this link is where you'll find things like my book, and you'll also find a free 20-minute process of how you can practice this, whether it's morning and night, or maybe it's just in the morning or whenever you feel inspired. But to practice this process of running your energy so that you can maintain this even when I'm not here doing something live. So I'm only going to be coming on as I'm inspired, as I was today. I might be inspired again tomorrow. I might be inspired again in a week. I don't know. I'm just going to show up when spirit calls. So in those in between times, it's really important for you to practice this process of running your energy. So that's also found in this link. This Thursday on December 7th, once a month, I do a luminary activation. So that's the process of doing this, what we're about to do, but I do it for an entire hour on a specific topic. So this month, it's all about fortifying our immune system and all of those parts that are going to be important in fortifying our energy field, all the parts of our bodies that need to be strong and healthy so that we can make it through this winter in not getting sick and being in this highest light frequency where disease does not live. And all of those imbalances are the result of a compromised immune system when we are not feeling well. So this Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, we are going to be doing the monthly luminary activation. It is part of a membership. The link is in this Linktree link as well. So you can also find that there. And if you are listening to this on YouTube, and even if you're not, I encourage you to please subscribe, share this video with your friends and family so that we can get more people that are on this path of ascension this will be able to help them make this process much easier, because there's so many energies that are trying to pull us off track and making us think that other things are important when they're really not. And so instead of being this hard pushing working energy, we're now moving into the energy of winter. Winter is the time to go inward deeply. And so this is what I'm going to be helping you do over these coming next few months, is to keep us in this energy of inward introspection so that we can really come out in the spring in the biggest, most powerful way. Now, a lot of people are focused on coming out the first of the year. You know, they got the foot on the gas and they're ready to take off, start a new year with new resolutions and new hopes and dreams. But we're really still in the energy of winter. So my goal is to help you through this winter. We might still need to do things in the 3D world. We still have to make money. We still have to take care of responsibilities. But I'm going to be encouraging you to do it in a way that helps your audience, helps the people that you help and inspire, to do it in a way that creates more inward introspection. So I think that's all that I wanted to share before we go into this MediClearing. If something else comes up, I'll let you know. But we are going to start this practice now so I'm just going to clear what Spirit is guiding me to clear right now. And it's really relates to all the messages that came in over the last 2 days, all of the reminders. And so we're going to start this process of running your energy, and you can just do it by listening to my voice and focusing in that way. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it today. So I want you to just close your eyes and start connecting with your body, maybe feeling how much anxiety or any unease. You might be in sort of that floaty feeling if you're not as anchored as you need to be. And so first we're going to get you ultra grounded. And I want you to imagine a line of energy going from the base of your spine. And I'm going to be anyone that's helping anyone that is on. And this also is going to include all of you, believe it or not, all of you who are listening to this out into the future, because you're going to be tapping into this present moment that we're creating right now. And so we're creating this important grounding cord. So many of you are not grounded. Even if you meditate every day, you may be using that as an opportunity to leave your body instead of getting deeply anchored. And the reason it's hard to get deeply anchored is because you're holding too many uncomfortable energies, maybe a lot of fear, maybe a lot of anger and rage. So this grounding cord connected from the base of your spine like a big pipe going all the way to the center of the planet is going to help you release all of those uncomfortable energies, that are going down to the center of the earth, where it can be transmuted into a more useful, I was about to say youthful, but it's that as well, useful energy. Okay, great. So just breathing and releasing. There's no effort. It's just like gravity. And then you're going to send that energy from your feet, like big roots that go down from the bottoms of your feet deep into the earth. And you're going to allow these roots to intermingle with the root system on the planet, this highly intelligent communication layer. And these roots are actually going to wrap around the entire planet. You're going to wrap around the entire planet. Excellent. And these roots are going to go down about 300 miles down into the depths of the earth, connecting with the minerals, like the very powerful, strong energy of iron. It's also going to connect to the crystalline grid, all the crystals in the planet, which hold massive amounts of light energy. We're also connecting to the energy of abundance, which our planet Earth is filled with. The energy of abundance and the energy of the feminine. So now we're going to start bringing all of those energies up through these roots, up into our feet, where it's stopping. So this is partly why you don't feel safe on the planet. You're not connected to our Mother Earth. So we're going to bring this energy all the way up through the feet. Just keep breathing and releasing as you bring this energy up through the ankles so you can have more fun. Maybe you're not having enough fun. We are also bringing this energy up through the legs, up through the legs. There we go. And then down that grounding cord. Excellent. And now we're going to check and see if you have a worry circle. Yes. So right now, congested out to that second layer around your root chakra. And this is filled with a lot of fear. And fear is what causes your grounding cord to contract. So when you're in fear, everything contracts, including your grounding cord. So I want you to take a deep breath and just release all that fear and anxiety and uncertainty down your grounding cord so it can be transmuted into a useful energy. Excellent. Sending that down the grounding cord. Okay, great. So now you have no grounding cord. The next part of getting ultra grounded is to ground our hearts. So right now, those of you who are on this call or listening to this as a recording, your heart is only open 15%. And maybe that's a way of protecting yourself from feeling all the pain on the planet. A lot of people are in a lot of pain in their hearts. And so, in order to open up this heart chakra so that you can have access to more of your infinite intelligence and your infinite wisdom, we're going to open up this heart and we're going to go to the crown chakra, your crown. So, right at your crown, there is a circle of energy around your crown, like a big halo. And I call this the permission circle. So, this circle, you with your personal power are going to start amplifying this halo, this circle of energy, vibrating faster and faster, so you can transmute the energy that's interfering with your direct connection to pure source energy, with your ability to be sovereign over you. You be the boss of you. So we're transmuting all these energies that are interfering with that right now. Tia mapoya amaye anata akaye. Tu moyo o makai ama piato tuye. That is the language of light that comes through every now and then to just heighten the frequencies and help energies move faster. So now pure source is coming down through your crown into that sixth chakra. We're going to let it stir in this sixth chakra behind your forehead, activating your pineal gland, clearing the beliefs that are not yours, that have been planted here as a filter for how they, you all know who they is, how they want you to see the world. The people who are think say was-beens, they are the people who think they have been controlling you, but they are no longer controlling you. So these are residual energies. So we're removing all of the residual energies of where they used to control us, because those things are still in place. And we are creating a higher resonance so that we have this direct connection with pure source energy. Okay, great. And clearing these beliefs that keep us in the energy of thinking that we are powerless, that we have no control over what's going on around us. And the way that we have control of what's going on around us is not by controlling the things on the outside. We control, in that sense, ourselves. So this is what Spirit really wants us to focus on now, inward deeply into how we think. So we're clearing this here in that sixth chakra so that we can change how we've been thinking, because these are not our thoughts. These are thoughts that have been projected onto humanity. So we're removing all of these filters that are not ours, that are not aligned with our ascension path. So I'm speaking to those of you who are on this ascension path. So now, as pure source, okay, so there's still some energy here at the sixth chakra that we're clearing. And a little over a month ago, my mentor had done some interesting work with Lucifer, had a conversation with him deep in a plant medicine that he was conducting with a group, and was able, he gave this Luciferian spirit the opportunity to come to the light and declined that offer. And so Christoph and his team then went to work and eliminated 90% of the Luciferian forces. So there is still 10% left. And so when we find these control beings, this is the little bit that's left of these beings that are still trying to control certain things. So there are some of those beings in the sixth chakra. There's about 5. And so we're just going to illuminate our sixth chakra, our pineal gland, with our personal power. And we're going to raise the frequency. Each of you are doing your own work. Like, you don't come here to have me do your work. I'm guiding you and I'm showing you how you can tap into your own personal power so you can activate your own healer. You are your medicine. So we are all each activating our pineal gland, our sixth chakra, by just imagining, and this is the power of our imagination, which is why they want you to stay so distracted. We're just going to imagine the sixth chakra, our pineal gland in the center of our head, getting brighter and brighter as we amplify our personal power in these areas. Transmuting these lower vibrating beliefs that are not ours. Great. So now, as we're coming in, as pure source is coming down through the sixth chakra, it's going to come down through the central core, down into our throats, down into our hearts where it's stopping. So it's clearing out. There's a lot of curses in here from these dark forces. We're going to clear about 5. And so the way you do that is you just illuminate your heart chakra, this energy right in the center of your chest that is going to get brighter and brighter as you self-generate love, the unconditional love that we all have access to always. Great. So we're just activating this heart chakra, clearing out all of the judgments, all of the ways we've been making ourselves wrong, thinking we're supposed to be doing something more or different or better. Just letting go of all of that. We're just going to drop everything from the past like a big guillotine. Just let all the past go. There's nothing you can do about the past now. You can only create potential changes in the future in this present moment, which is what we're doing now. So maybe you need to bring in some forgiveness. Maybe you've done some things or said some things or wished you had done some things that you did. Whatever, bring in the forgiveness, forgive yourself, and you're starting fresh from this moment on. Activating more of that unconditional love. As pure source comes down through the heart now into that solar plexus, where we're going to stop and we're going to clear some more of this effort, all of this hard pushing, forcing, trying to make things happen. And everything is such a struggle. We're letting go of all of those energies. None of those energies are yours. Those are all the energies that keep you out of the flow of pure source. When you're aligned and you're flowing with this pure source energy, everything flows. So we are just going to let pure source clear all of the effort. And there are some control beings in here. About 50, 50. Okay, so you are going to just use your personal power to amplify this energy in your solar plexus, activating your light, your personal power. And for a lot of you women have been operating on this angry energy. So anger, and not to make anger wrong, anger has its place. Anger is a very powerful energy that can move mountains when you need to. But unfortunately, they have been having us operate on the energy of anger because this is their fuel source. This is what they feed on. They feed on anger, rage, fury, terror. So we're just going to clear all of those energies out of there so that we're not giving them any fuel. This anger is not a sustainable use of our power. And it's what many of you have been using as your default energy to operate on, and it is not sustainable. So we're clearing out this powerful, angry energy that's not yours so that you can access your true power, where your passion is connected from your heart to your solar plexus. And you can drive your passion, which will pull you forward. Instead of being pushed by anger, you're going to be pulled by your passion. And this is a much more fun way of operating in our personal power. And it's also how we balance our masculine and feminine energies in the solar plexus, is to also activate our feminine magnet so that we pull things to us easily and effortlessly. That's the power of the feminine magnet. So those two can be in balance in our solar plexus. So now pure source is coming down through that solar plexus, down into that second chakra in that lower belly. If you've been having any lower back pain or a lot of uncomfortable female issues, you've probably been holding a lot of rage, maybe even some fury. So we're just going to allow pure source to clear all of the fear, anger, rage, fury, terror, maybe even sadness or grief. If you've been grieving for a really long time, that's also not a helpful energy. I'm not saying you shouldn't grieve, but some people grieve long past the grieving stage. So we want to also remove all of those energies, and mainly because the second chakra is where we create from. So if we're creating through the filters of fear and rage and grief, then that's what we're going to create more of. So that's the biggest reason why we want to keep these energies out of our second chakra, so that we can create the energies that are coming through in this holiday season that we're in now. And so, yes, this holiday season has gotten grossly commercialized, but we're going to bypass all that. We're going to step into the deeper energies of what this season is really meant to set the energy of. And this is the energy of love, unconditional love, the energy of joy, the energy of being generous of heart and spirit, kindness and compassion, and also the energy of Christ. So this is Christmas, the energy of Christ. But I'm not talking about this in a religious sense. For those of you who are religious, that is a different thing. I'm talking more about the universal energy of Christ force, that Christ energy that is a pure fractal of pure source energy, that pure divine source of unconditional love. And so that's the energy we want to connect to this time of year. It's a time of celebration. It is a time of joy. And so if you are getting distracted by that energy of, yeah, but people are suffering. Yeah, but there's a war. Yeah, but people are starving. Yeah, but, my friend has cancer, or I have a disease. Whenever you're distracted by all the yeah, buts, those are the darker energies that have infiltrated into your energy field to create that disconnect from pure source. So the less we engage any of those energies, if you have a horrible disease like cancer or any of those things, I'm not a doctor. I'm here only to help you to stay connected to this pure source energy, where disease and disharmony do not live. And so the more we are aligned here, the more we will be in health and wellness. So in the second chakra, as pure source comes down through, spilling down the root, take a deep breath into this vertical alignment. You're connected way up high to pure source. You are rooted deeply into our Mother Earth that is safe, that is secure, that is nurturing. So now we're going to mix these two energies. This pure source energy coming down the backside with this earth energy coming up the legs. We're going to mix this in the root chakra. We're going to bring this 50-50 mixture up the front, real close to your spine. So it's getting stuck on some fear. So some of you have lost your grounding cord. As we were releasing a lot of those energies, as that fear was coming out, it caused you to contract. So let's go ahead and send down that grounding cord again. Releasing all the fears, any terror, any energy that's not yours. Okay, great. And so now we're going to bring this 50-50 mixture up into that second chakra, where we're going to activate more of our feminine creative energy. So this is whether you're a man or a woman, both genders have this female energy, the energy of creation. So we're going to tap into this energy because in the second chakra is where we are wanting to amplify the energies of joy and peace and calm and harmony, so that your world, so that you're creating your world in this space. And we let go of the outer world that is in chaos, that is in disharmony, that is in the third dimension. We're leaving all of that behind. And we are moving into these higher frequencies where that does not exist. So as we're coming up into the second chakra now, and pure source and this earth energy are now moving up into the solar plexus and into the heart, let it stir in the heart so you can activate more of your unconditional love, accessing more of your infinite intelligence, so that you can tap into the gifts that you possess. You came here as a divine, unique being on the planet at this particular time in our history because you have certain gifts. If you're on this ascension timeline and you're not sure what your gifts are yet, then that just means you need to go deeper inward and find out what brings you the most joy. Where do you get the most passion? And start leaning into that, asking for clarity. What are my gifts? What am I to bring? How am I to be in service to humanity? This is where our gifts lie. And so as you're on this journey of learning more about yourself, stepping into these higher frequencies, this pure source comes through the heart and the throat. Let's clear the throat, where many of you have been killed many times in the past. It's the most common place we can be killed. But those past lives, we're going to clear about we're going to clear about 50 past lives of having been killed at the throat. And so this did a lot of things when that happened. It created an imprint in your field. One, to not speak the truth, because then your head's going to get chopped off again, or you're going to die, or whatever. So we're clearing that energy along with these past lives, that fear of speaking up, speaking your truth. When we're severed at the throat, that disconnects all of our brain, all of our consciousness in our head from the rest of our body. So that creates a disconnect. It also creates a disconnect from pure source to come all the way down into our hearts and to our whole energy field. There's a lot of fear that's coming out of this throat now as we're talking. I know someone just recently who's been going through a lot of throat stuff, like razor blades in the throat, and all that, those sharp shards. It's almost like a reminder to focus on our words. Our words sharp? Our words cutting? And to soften our words, if we've been channeling a lot of anger and rage, then those words probably are going to be pretty sharp. So now we've been clearing all those other energies. So now, as this divinely aligned energy can come up through the throat, it can clear all those unspoken messages. Maybe we said some things we didn't want to, create some forgiveness here. And also, as we're clearing this throat, this is also going to help us not only speak our personal truth, but it's also going to help us in all areas of communication. This includes hearing the unspoken messages of our guides, the spirits, angels, etc. Maybe some loved ones want to communicate with you. So that's going to clear all of that communication. And it's also going to allow you to hear telepathic messages easier to friends and family. You know, those messages where you get a thought, I should call someone and see how they're doing. And you pick up the phone and you call them and they say, I was just thinking about you. Those are the telepathic messages that are going to start coming through stronger and more powerfully. And the more we ascend, the more we can access those silent messages of communication that are all connected to our throat. Let's see how many of those past lives still need to be cleared. There's still 3 left. Those are usually the roughest ones, the toughest ones. So we're going to go to the root chakra, second layer. We're going to clear some terror out of the root chakra. So this was a lifetime where you got killed and it created a lot of terror. And maybe you were tortured a lot first. And all of those energies imprinted on your energy field. So we're clearing all that now. We're clearing these past energies using your personal power, using your imagination. Your thoughts are creating all of these shift and changes. So all of the terror and fury. Okay, there's one past life left. And so in this past life, we're going to go to your crown, all the way out to the 100th layer. So that's that dark artificial intelligence that has been around for eons, although many of you think it's a new thing. You know, ChatGPT is a new thing, and that's a new AI. Well, no, this energy has been around for billions of years, trying to control humanity. So this dark artificial intelligence, all the way out to the 100th layer at your crown chakra, you are going to use your imagination and your personal power to amplify your permission circle, where you can create more sovereignty in your space by amplifying this ring, golden, white light energy, making it brighter and brighter, vibrating faster and faster. Transmuting all of these dark energies so that you are sovereign. You are the boss of you. So now as pure source is coming through the crown and all of your creative rings, whether you know how many you have or not, These creative rings is how we create. We place all of our goals, desires, dreams, intentions in these rings. And this is how we create with our imagination. So now, as this energy is fountaining down through all the layers of our aura, like paint being poured over a balloon, let's pay special attention to the third layer of your aura. Just imagine you know where that is. Release any more effort out of your energy field. And then we're going to also clear the 100th layer. Let's start at the bottom, lifting this energy up and out. So there's still just a little bit left up near the crown. And then let this pure source energy flow down through all the layers of your aura. And then the final part of running your energy is we're going to go back to our heart chakra, amplifying that passionate illumination of your unconditional love. And we're going to start bringing it out that right arm. I'm going to bring it out your right arm. And this is where you give out into the world. So this is the masculine side where you give out into the world. You're great givers, and that's great, especially this holiday season. And if you are not in any financial means to give financially, then don't. You should listen and live within your means. But this love is an unconditional wellspring, I guess that is, where we can always give of our love and support and energetic help that way. And that when we're full here, then it comes from overflow. We never deplete ourselves that way. So our world, we're going to join our fingertips together so that you can allow yourself to receive up that left receiving arm, which is blocked. And so if you've been complaining or thinking that people who should be giving to you or people that you deserve love from, or you're not getting it from them, that it's not their fault. You are the one who is blocking the receiving in your left hand. So we're going to just accept that responsibility, and we're going to start allowing the surrender. You have to surrender and allow this love to come in. And what makes it hard are the control beings sitting there. Let's see. There's 5. So just amplify this energy more and more and more so you can transmute this dark energy that's not allowing you to receive in that left hand. Okay, great. So bringing in that receiving energy, surrender. You're not controlling in the energy of surrender. You're allowing. You're allowing pure source to flow through you as you bring this unconditional love back to your own heart so you can fill yourself up first. Filling your heart. This love is always available. If you're not feeling loved, then you need to fill up. You need to replenish this desert and start coming from the energy of overflow. And then it also simultaneously passes through the throat, so you can ask for what you need, through that 6th chakra, so you can see clearly how you want to give and receive, and how you want to use your imagination to create the life you desire. The things that you want to create is all going to be through your imagination. And then through your crown, let that stir up there so you give yourself permission. There we go. And then through all of your creative rings. Excellent. So we're just going to check a few more things. We're going to check and see if you have any people courting to you, siphoning off energy. Yes, you have some people at your crown chakra trying to be the boss of you. So illuminate your permission circle now with the intention of using your imagination to transmute anybody who's controlling your crown and trying to make you their puppet. We're also going to go to the heart chakra, and we're going to illuminate that heart with the intention of using your imagination to clear all the people courting to your heart, trying to make you feel bad, that you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you should be doing more of this and more of that. And so anybody that's trying to pull on this and trying to make you feel bad, send that energy back to them. Now, we're not going to cut cords. We don't cut. It leaves residual energy behind. We're just going to send that energy back to them. As you amplify your heart energy. Okay, so those are out there. Also at the solar plexus, right at your belly. Right at the solar plexus, there's people trying to control what you do. So we're just going to send their energy back as you amplify your power, your personal power, your light frequency in your solar plexus. Just make it brighter and brighter with the intention of sending their energy back to them, that you're the one who's in charge of you. You decide what you're going to do and what you're not going to do, and who you are going to allow into your energy field, into your space, into your world, and who you are not. That is what boundaries are about. It's who you allow in. It's not about kicking people out. There shouldn't be anybody in your space that's not aligned with you, because you hold a tight, bright container. A tight, bright container of light, tight, bright light. So, yes, and so that boundary lets in who you decide to let in. It's much like our skin. Our skin lets in nutrients. It lets in, like it's right how you can put on a dermal patch and you receive medicine through that, or so it can let things in. But also when you jump into a swimming pool, you're not like a sponge and you soak up all the water and you sink to the bottom. So the skin lets in what's necessary and what you allow. Everything else stays out. That's how our auric field should be. And we're going to set that up in a specific way in just a moment. So we are clearing cords. The last place where there are cords are in your root chakra. So these are people who are cording to you because they are relying on you for some sense of security. So we're just going to gently send them back 360 degrees around your root chakra. Just send all of that energy back to whoever it belongs to. Otherwise, when they have a bad day, you're going to experience it as your own, and you're going to think it's yours because you think everything you think, feel, and feel is yours, and it's not. So we're just going to send all that back to them so you can feel safe in your own energy field. Okay, great. So a couple more things. We are going to see if you have any spells. Yes, there's about 50. So we're going to clear those, and they are sitting at the root chakra. So again, you're just going to illuminate your root chakra, transmuting all of these spells. And so spells kind of put you on like kind of like a path or a track where you can't think anything but that. Like if you're under a love spell, like you're just obsessed with that energy. So they have us under a lot of spells. And so we are going to transmute this with our personal power right at our root chakra. Great. 0 spells. Let's see if there's any curses. About 5 right at the crown. So again, illuminate the permission circle. clearing out all of the curses that make you think that you are the boss of these people who put the curses on, and you're not. Okay, great. And fear is at 0. Terror is at 0. Anger, 15. Let's go to the root chakra, out to that 3rd layer. Just brighten your oops, hang on. What am I doing here? Brighten your root chakra. No, we're at our crown. Brighten your crown, that halo. It's getting darker in here, so I was trying to brighten things up, but we're almost done. We're almost done. Okay, so great. Transmuting curses at your crown. Okay, great. So I'm going to be coming on here as inspired. It says it's been recording. I haven't seen any comments, so I don't know how that worked today with people getting this live on Facebook and YouTube. But I continue forward. So I look forward to seeing you next time. And again, if you want to know more, there's the 20-minute practice. You can practice in between this running your energy. There's also this Thursday, 1 p.m. We're going to be doing this kind of a process, but directly focused on our immune system. So fortifying our immune system is going to be this month's luminary activation. So that link is also in there. It is part of a membership, and that's the only place. There's certain recordings that are only found in there. They are not found on YouTube. They're not found on Facebook. So there is that. There's also my book. So that is my message for today, my holiday message. And I'm so glad to be back. And I'm looking forward to sharing more of these experiences with you. And hopefully next time when I come on live, maybe I'll announce it ahead of time so more people will know and they can interact. And I'd love to see your comments and your messages, especially since you're seeing this as a recording. I'd love to hear your comments. And I look forward to sharing more of this in the days and months and weeks to come. Sending you much love. Namaste.